Alright, so the 9th year anniversary for Global is actually coming next week. Um, what do we have? Well, good news, apparently bad news. Okay. Let me go over the info first and then I'll talk about like what's going on here. So, we do have some info. Obviously, we have the introduction of the newest stuff that's already been out since JP's anniversary. So, the free-to-play Frieza, he's actually I should be pulling up his info right here. So we go into here, cards, go into here. If I can go there, that is, and that's the reason why it's slow. Okay. We go into, let's see, Frieza, and I spelled Frieza wrong. Don't worry about me trying to spell. Oh my god, I forgot it's spelled like this. There we go. Okay, so we go down here. This Frieza is okay. He's good for supports. He's just not as insane as the summonable version of the super boss's supports, which is what this unit is made for. But the fact that Global had the very first super boss's lead, which was Goku Black, I think this Frieza definitely got a buff from it. But like, let's be for real. I think Golden Frieza is better for the category. But make sure you farm them up. You're gonna have to farm them up in order to get the rest of the tickets. Next one I do want to talk about is Beerus. Beerus, I'd say he's also pretty decent. What I should be saying is LR Sleeping Beerus. He has the ability not to attack, but when you actually use his active skill, he then becomes a damage dealer. But mostly you do want to leave him pre-active skill, just so that you don't actually have to utilize his support. But like I think you should. Beerus. This guy. Highly recommend using him. So much better. Trust me. I'll be honest with you. He's actually much better than you think he is. Just with the fact that he's able to actually tank decently. Stats also prove that as well. Okay. Now let's go to everything else. So of course we have the movie bosses skill orb event. Make sure you farm that if you want to give extra support to your movie bosses characters. Ultimate Red Zone's getting the new stages 6 and 7. They're actually changing the naming of this. This is actual translated version. So of the what's called the Supreme Battle Spectacle to the Supreme Magnificent Battle. They put magnificent. So from this point forward, it's going to be called Supreme Magnificent Battle, not Supreme Battle Spectacle. Right now, I think by the time this is released, it's gonna be up to 4 stages. But then when they release, I think 5 and 6, which are Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, and Beast Gohan, those are just gonna be pretty hard. There will also be titles added onto this. I don't think I got all the titles, so that is not. I don't have them all. In terms of the tickets right here, it's pretty much standard. I don't know if I talked about this. I think I did. If I did, then I made a video about this. But if I didn't, maybe I'll make a ticket for the global players just for that. Just for those that actually don't know where to get their stuff from. The tickets in context, right, is you can use these tickets on this anniversary's Dokkan Fest and the Legendary Summer Carnival banners. I would highly recommend using these on the Dokkan Fest characters. More specifically, either Beast Gohan or Brawly. Either of them will be great, especially with Beast Gohan being if not the best LRs in the game by far. I don't have Brawly. I don't have one of the 8th year anniversary LRs, but Beast Gohan is just a completely different level. I say so myself. Now, we don't have to go through all the information, but for those that do want to, the animations, we've seen the animations already. They're really good. As per usual, so we have Brawly's kit right here. So we have his categories. Then we have his Lyric Skill, which his Lyric Skill is actually not too bad. And then we have his passive. I think this is pre-transformation. So the idea behind this particular unit is for him to do additionals. And the more additionals he does, the higher his stats become. And then he also has a domain effect. Right now, domains kind of suck due to these specific limitations uh, per domain effect. So you can't have one domain effect override the other until the first domain effect ends. So that means you can replace it after the condition ends, essentially. The transformation is also made to do a lot of damage. I think it also has an AoE super attack, if I remember correctly. But they're both very good. Probably does a lot of damage. But I think that Super Boss's team still needs a bit of help in some sort of way. Let's go to the next one. Gogeta, of course, movie heroes 3 key 200%. He's very good for that leader skill. His passive, his super attack allows him to stack attack and then stack defense. His passive, it's not too great, but the fact is that you want to get his 24 key so that you could do other additional supers. He can't dodge. I think he can dodge in this one. No, he's just effective against all types. He's just effective against all types, I think. Additional, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he's just effective against all types, and he can do additionals. When you use his active skill, he then transforms, and then he heals. Yeah, there are some units out there that don't heal on transformation, or on active skill, and I think I know who. I can tell who. I can see it with my own eyes. But they do heal on active skill. Would definitely recommend using them, and they are a double active skill if I remember correctly. So yeah, no, actually they are a double active skill. Their second active skill allows them to not only dodge, but he also gets extra defense on top of that, and they have the new ability, a new mechanic that's finally introduced into global. It's called attack attraction. I think that's the official translation for this effect. Essentially, how it works is the unit in whatever slot they're at, they get attacked. That is the slot or the unit that they will attack. So it doesn't matter if you put Gogeta in slot 1, 2, or 3, the enemy will always attack Gogeta. And Gogeta will always have a great chance to dodge. I think it's a great chance or guaranteed dodge. It's one or the other. Okay, so he just dodges in general. Yeah, he just dodges all attacks no matter what, which is insane, actually, because that basically means you take no damage. It turns out the banners, though, the banners are going to be starting on the 8th, which I believe is either a Wednesday. I think it's a Wednesday? I think it's either a Tuesday or Wednesday. No, it's a Monday. In case of the Mondays, okay. It's in case of the Mondays, I see how it is. So we do have that in there. I think we also do have step-ups in here. Check, yep, we do. So, let me just make this full screen so that everyone can see what I'm talking about here. So, the way that these step-ups work is that steps 1 through 3, you pay 30 to 50 stones, and you get a 4th one for free. Steps 5 through 7, you pay 10 stones less for the 5th and 6th one. But at step 7, you get a guaranteed featured SSR. That includes, oh my god, I think people are pulling fireworks right now for tomorrow. By the way, yeah, it's Independence Day tomorrow. It's not really much of a surprise here in America. But yeah, you do get a featured SSR at the 7th multi, which I think is potentially better. No, I think it is better, actually. Better than tickets. Well, we'll see. But yeah, you're going to be getting a featured SSR every 7 multis, so it's pretty good. This is just part 1 stuff. There's other stuff in here, right? Oh, okay. The global sync. This is where the meat of a lot of the talk is coming from. The global sync, or the unification of, the unification of operation schedule. Now, from what exactly this says, is that the unification will start with the worldwide download or the worldwide campaign starting next month. Which makes sense because usually on August, that's where Global and JB do all their stuff in one celebration in 1 month or in a couple of months. So that's the thing. The second thing that they did mention out here, and let me just turn this down and actually bring up their thing right here. They do mention that by the time that the schedule or the unification starts, by the way, it's at late August. They did mention that during the sync, characters that have been released on JP will be coming out after. will be coming out after the sync. Well, that technically means they're not in sync. Yeah, it says explicitly say right here, for characters who have released before the unification are only available on the Japanese version will come out after. And I think he says that right after here. Like, give it like a couple seconds right here. To add them into the international, they're gonna add them into the international version. They have to adjust the international version schedule, I assume. Which means that there needs to be more time. I understand that there are a few ways you could probably do this. One Piece Treasure Cruise has done a huge banner of all the units that JP had, but not the global version had. So they could probably do that. They could probably sprinkle in the units between, in between celebrations, or after, or before, probably after, immediately. That just really depends on their schedule. But it seems like that's like the meat of this topic. We can look through some of the comments in there and just talk about some of the comments that they were given from other players. But now we look at here. Oh, everyone's okay. Okay, let's start with, I see Sync Info from Dokkan now was nothing like crap. This is all why I always keep my expectations down. Not really surprised. I'm overall happy with the Dokkan Now video. I was just annoyed that we get zero communication for a full year on how the unification was going to work. Keep in mind they're going to share more details during the 9th year campaign, which makes sense. No. No. There's just a lot of things happening here, actually. Oh, they're actually going to be doing a special video in Times Square. I think sometime on the 11th. Yeah, sometime on the 11th or the 10th is when they're actually going to be doing a short video of Dokkan's 9th anniversary at New York City, Times Square. So if you're in Times Square, get ready because Dokkan's going to be taking over Times Square apparently. Apparently, Dragon Ball's going to be taking over Times Square for this one. There's more comments in this. I know Ruth probably said Ruth said stuff about this might be a huge overreaction. I can definitely agree. They thinking on the worldwide download celebration, definitely global would still be missing banners. If by the end of summer new releases are the same time, I truly don't care. The unsynced Omatsu killed my grandma, dude. Omatsu sees himself after a Dokkan now. Never say JP Shaft again. Anyone willing to give me a gist of what? Oh my god. Don't even feel like saying anything. Just disappointed. I think it's just some mixed negative reactions about this, which I can completely understand. But like, damn. This is a lot of people, a lot of players are a little upset, but it's understandable, right? I think one thing for sure is that we need to see more information on this Dokkan Sync, especially with how very limited information that we've gotten so far. Besides how the schedule is going to work, or like where the schedule is going to be starting at, and what they're going to do with it. So we'll see. I think we'll get a lot more information later on during the anniversary. But hey, we'll see. Just let me know what you guys think of the 9th year anniversary. start. Are you guys team Gogeta or team Broly? Let me know what you guys think. And as always, I will see you all in the next one.